I think he's a really good comedian as far as crowd work.
Hmm.
That's something I have like a really hard time doing.
When you say crowd work, explain that a little
Like
bit
in the
for.
moment, like if somebody shouts, like dealing with hecklers, and then being able to like be like, "Where are you from?" And like
Okay,
and
okay,
whatever they say, you're able to make the audience laugh with that.
yeah,
I think he's really good at that.
okay,
And it's something like that I am like hit or miss with.
yeah,
It depends. Because like in that it's like freestyle rapping.
yeah. It's being able to come up with something from
Yeah,
off the
right
top of
on.
your head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think he's really good with that. But like a lot of people like were upset about like his special, and like they didn't find it funny. And it's like I didn't find it funny because that was like his sixth special in like a 6 month span.
oh really?
So yeah,
Yeah, so it's
it's like
played
when
out.
yeah, that's I mean like every single like comedian that like Dave Chappelle when he talks about how they wanted him to wear a dress. And it's like every single like big black comedian at one point like did something in a dress. Eddie
Hmm.
Murphy and like every single
Oh, I
like
didn't know that.
yeah,
Everyone did
like
that. Okay.
they all like and they wanted him to wear a dress. He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not wearing the dress.
What was that? Was that on Comedy Central or something like that?
Like Eddie Murphy, Martin,
Yeah,
uh, and like
Martin.
yeah, I'm drawing up like I think Chris Rock might have done it.
Really?
Yeah, but it was like they just wanted them to wear
Because they
dresses.
knew it worked.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like a whole like that was like your point of like selling out.
Hmm.
And so like that's the reason like I respect Dave Chappelle. It's because the media tore him down back then.
Hmm.
Like they tried to like he was like, I'm not doing comedy anymore. Like I'm not gonna be like this Kevin Hart esque major like movie star. And I'm not gonna like so I'm just gonna go on vacation. And they like tried to make him out like he was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
So,
he was like
dude, actually,
mentally ill and
you
shit.
know what's funny? I was actually just talking about that. And what all happened with that exactly? Because I don't even know. Like, all I know is that they said he went crazy.
He
Said
stopped
people was trying to
Chappelle. Yeah,
kill
he
him,
stopped the
and
Chappelle
then
show,
dipped.
and he just went like on a retreat. I think he just went to go find himself. But it was like they
Yeah,
were making like the whole gossip thing was about like he's
he went
crazy, he's
crazy.
mentally ill.
He said someone was trying to kill him or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But then it's like, he comes back and he like does like a stand-up
Came
special
back
like
jacked.
every so often. Yeah, that's true. And I find that like it kind of like makes me like think he's less funny. There's no like
I
you
really
know?
just had a little
Yeah.
struggliness to him.
Yeah,
No, I
like
get
you
it.
you
I
either
get it.
have to be like a little bit chubby or like a scrawny, skinny, pale kid to be like me to be funny. And so but Dave Chappelle like he like got blasted for all like the shit that he was not doing,
Yeah,
but then he like now he's like getting blasted for like the shit that he's doing.
he is
So
doing.
it's
Yeah.
like I think it's like it's more like it's kind of like the whole like Andrew Tate or like all those like people that are like everybody like a lot of people hate.
Yeah.
And it's like you're putting like their name out there. Like you're the one supporting
Making
this.
them.
It's like
Yeah.
you're
No,
at so
pushing
like
them further.
so
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
like did they just think of like this thing like, oh, I can just
They're
do this
yeah.
and yeah.
They're empowering it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
that's the hardest part
Yeah.
about all of this.
Hmm.
Is and then on top of it, it's like then you get self-censoring and stuff like that from media
Yeah.
platforms like TikTok or like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. They make people start doing that, and then it's like you don't get raw stuff anymore in comedy. Then, especially if someone gets, because you could take away someone's complete livelihood. You know what I mean? Like, luckily enough, Shane Gillis has a good crowd of people around him to where that little streak right there didn't screw him over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That could pull plenty of people away from
Well,
the comedy scene.
yeah, I mean, again, it really depends on like what you did. If you like physically hurt someone,
Yeah.
that's way different than like
Hmm.
emotionally, like saying something,
Yeah.
not even to like one specific person.
Hmm.
It was just kind of like I saw like a bunch of like underground comedians, like they just came out of the woodwork to like attack him because
Oh,
he was
really?
about to like
Comedians
blow up.
attacking
Yeah,
comedians? That's
yeah,
messed
and
up.
but it was like all those like comedians that like they're not even that funny. You know,
You get kind of the elitist role of it.
it's like yeah, it's like say
The ones that all become the teachers.
I used to date this girl who did not like everything I said, she just had like constructive criticism about.
Yeah.
And so like it would be if I said a joke, she would tell me why it's offensive or like why it's not okay to say that or like how you can be funny and not offensive. Um, but then if I tried to like make fun of myself, she would be like, "Don't do that. The self-deprecation. Why do you do that?" You know? And
Very
so then like I would
judgmental.
and then I would tell her like a clean like dad joke and she'd be like, "That's stupid." And I'm like, "Exactly.
Well, why do you want me to go?
Exactly."
Yeah.
You know? So it's I mean it's
PC comedy doesn't work.
so here this is a quote that I just made up right now. Nothing funny ages well. You should put that on a t-shirt.
Nothing funny
but
ages well.
but
Nothing funny ages well.
it's like say messed up shit,
That is
but
really good,
but
dude.
but do the right thing. You
Yeah.
know?
No, yeah. Your character is one thing. You know, when what you're saying up on stage is another. And I know damn well that Dave Chappelle does not hate any group of individuals. You know what I mean? Like he just
Yeah.
doesn't give off that personality.
My friend Alidar just said comedy is subjective, but the way that she spelled it, it was like lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. So it's like comedy is subjective. I mean, it kind of is. So I love you, Alidar. I love you.
So what is your like so if you're getting back into stand up, what does that writing process look like for you?
Nothing good. You know, if anything, TikTok kind of made me lazy in that sense because it was a lot of practicing. It was a lot of like writing.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be one of those like there's certain comics that like are able to just go up there and just do it, you know.
Yeah.
But like George Carlin, he needed to write that stuff down. He needed to memorize it, you know, and that dude was an artist. So it's more so like having to like practice it, but then also like playing like a drum beat while you're saying these jokes because you can't like stop. That's the thing, like with making like online videos, it's like, yeah, they're funny, but it's like jump cut. You know, you're able to like get those 20 seconds or like 15 seconds of what you're saying in one take without messing up without mispronouncing anything or without, you know, without a delay. It's like you kind of have to hit that funny mark live there in the moment as
Okay.
opposed to like being able to do 6 or 7 takes of something and then post it all together.
Yeah. So you when you were doing stand up, you didn't write any like how, but like when you're coming up with your set for stand up, how did you do that? Because like I don't know anything about the comedy world. You know what I mean? Like I watch it.
It's
but,
more
like,
it's like it's kind of like, you know, the fish was bigger. Like a fisherman, you know, the fish was this big, but it was like he says it's this big.
yeah.
Um well, not fisherman, fisher person,
Fisher
because it's
people.
2024. So it's like it's more like just based off like experiences.
So you take something that happened to you and you roll it out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because like you know one of the funniest things that I always see, and this is just a life experience type thing, is like you ever notice like with planes, you get like 30 people going on handicap, everyone comes off healed.
No.
You never notice that?
What do you mean?
30 people waiting with wheelchairs to get on,
Oh.
and then they all walk off perfectly fine.
Yeah, I do that when I go to Six Flags.
Hey, I got a broken leg. But I got a wheelchair downstairs, bro. If you ever need to use it, get on them rides real quick.
I'm awesome in a wheelchair.
You can do like wheelies.
Yeah, I can do wheelies and stuff. I remember somebody at a party. It wasn't that far from here, but like some girl just like stole a wheelchair from the casino, and like they just had this wheelchair in their house, and the whole night I'm like popping wheelies, I'm doing donuts and shit, and then I go to get a beer. And they went to grab it, and I was like, I could do it myself. I could do it.
Someone's like, oh my god, oh
Yeah,
my god. You get all freaked out.
But like, yeah, I mean, like
We can have some fun with that actually.
you can like play basketball in wheelchairs. You know,
That's impressive.
but yeah, But
That's
it's like,
truly
but
impressive.
like, what if you're not really in a wheelchair? Are you like, is that problematic if you were to play basketball? Like,
Are you saying like you going
like
a
if
pickup game
like
at,
if yeah,
at the park with
yeah,
some
like
wheelchair people?
me and my buddy like Gary that's in a wheelchair. He needs someone to
Hey,
fill
bro,
in.
we need to fill in.
Yeah, like, am I allowed to? I would play it safe. I would like
Walk up.
I would sprain my ankle or like purposely hurt myself or something like that.
Hey, bro, I need you to break my leg really quick. Hold on.
Did you see that guy like that was in court and he like hopped over? He had like a 6-month sentence
Say it again.
and he hopped over to like attack the judge.
Oh my god, dude, that dude got fucking hops, bro.
Yeah, but like
that takes skill.
but like
I was mad until I saw how
How-
tall that shit was.
How could if you got 6 months, dude? Imagine how much I don't know that for a fact. Maybe somebody just made it like did it for the meme. Like your 6-month sentence went to like a 60-year.
Yeah, no.
sentence?
If you did that for
That's-
6 months, you definitely need to go have your brain checked. For sure, dude. Yeah. But dude, that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's some Anchorman level impressive. You know, ate the whole wheel of cheese. I'm not even mad.
yeah.
Impressive.
What about that I mean I feel bad for the girl, but I also like kind of don't like think that we should make like this like influencer out of her, but like that girl that was just released from prison for her mom like did some terrible shit to her.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't hear about this one.
like her mom was like purposely making her sick and like for
They
charity.
they
and,
put
like,
out.
yeah.
Is that the one they made the Netflix
Yes.
documentary out
Yeah,
of?
yeah,
The
yeah.
gypsy one.
Mhm. And then
Yeah.
she asks some dude that like he's definitely like mentally handicapped. Like she like asked some dude to like murder like the mom.
Yeah.
And
So
it's like
I only caught like a glimpse
so
of the show
yeah,
in between.
yeah. So she did some time, but like now she has like 1 million followers and like she like she's gonna have like a reality TV show from
What?
this and all
Okay,
that.
so-
and it's like but I'm just,
Spoiler alert?
I'm wondering, you already had like a social media, you
Yep.
already like were communicating with this boyfriend. Like the dude is definitely messed up and he definitely did it and he's definitely like that's definitely not okay. But like if that like if in my perspective, like you could just like make a social media post and like instead of like I don't know. I would if my parent did that to me, I would like want her to go to jail.
The mom.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to like.
So
I would be like, hey, call the cops. You obviously have like an internet connection. You have a
Yeah.
like you can use the phone.
I mean, she snuck away to buy the knife. I
Mm.
saw that part.
Oh,
I saw that part on the
Yeah.
Netflix thing. I mean, and obviously that's probably dramatized, but in essence, she could. Yeah, there's other ways she could have went about it. She went to jail and then she got released.
Yeah.
Why did she get released? Because
well,
time.
no, yeah.
Or-
I mean, like time served, but then they're also like this girl is innocent because her mom really did some messed up stuff to her.
I mean, she still conspired to murder her though,
Yeah,
so she still committed the crime.
Yeah.
Granted, did her mother deserve some type of punishment for what she was doing to her? Yes.
yeah,
But you still went outside of the bounds of law.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whether she gets famous now for it, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's really who we want to put our
Yeah,
our
but
time and effort into
But I'm saying like this like mentally handicapped dude's in jail now.
for doing it.
Well, I mean, like
That's fucked up.
I don't know the whole specifics. Of
So
it.
if he
I-
truly
I would-
does have
yeah,
a mental impairment,
I want to know like how much like who like coerced who into do it, like who brought it up.
from the 5 minutes I caught of the documentary, like flashes of it, pretty much,
Yeah.
because just in between whatever I was doing, it seemed like she asked him to in the documentary,
Yeah,
and so depending on his mental capability, I could say that she deserves probably the worst sentence because that would make her the mastermind behind it. It almost comes down to like a Manson thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's more like
Coercing someone into
It's like
doing it?
yeah, I definitely like don't. I don't think the mom like did like
And was the mom mentally
anything
disabled?
anything that wasn't like deserved. So like the mom was like a terrible person, but it's like I would be like in my head I would
I
be
don't
like
even know what-
I don't want to like put this person out of suffering. Like I want her to live with knowing like what she
What she
did
did
to
was
me.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I get that. No, I 100% get that.
Yeah.
I'm of the volition now, and it's because I've become more religious. Whether people believe in it or not, or your beliefs or anyone else's, I don't push my beliefs onto anyone. They're mine and mine only. But I also don't let them cloud them in a way that makes me hate anyone. But with that,
So you're a Scientologist?
100%, bro. 100%. Zerg is coming for us, and he's going to save us. Okay. I don't even know if that's the right name for him or if that's their theology, by the way. So don't get mad at me if I got that wrong. I'm trying to remember South Park. But no, I think I always say vengeance is God's thing, justice is the police. So let it happen, and I know that can be hard in certain times, especially with certain things. Like if someone did something to my daughter, real hard to hold close to that, but I have to.
Did you ever see that one dude that like caps in like the 80s? He like capped a dude like on live TV.
No.
They were like extraditing like a prisoner or something. Like this dude like did some bad stuff.
Yeah, and someone ran up and killed him.
And like this dude,
Yeah.
just on the news.
That's okay. I think I might have heard of that. I mean, that's happened.
Yeah.
I know that happened in India.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of depressed, man. I don't want to talk. Like, why do I have to bring this up?
We keep circling back to some crazy stuff.
Wait, what about? All right, so this dude is like, it's just wild.
Well, you keep going to current events, and that's all mainstream media pushes. Is all this horrible stuff.
Like, what about that dude? That he was definitely crazy. I think he had many opportunities to have like.
Tell me you're talking about the hatchet wielding bum.
No. Which if that kid's telling the truth, like So the dude that built a tank out of a bulldozer and like leveled a whole entire town. You don't know about that guy?
No.
Like like some company like built this big thing and they like were gonna pay him like 5 times like whatever like something was worth.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not moving. And they built the road around it, so his like road to his business was blocked. And like the city wouldn't do anything, nothing. And he like spent a bunch of money taking a bulldozer and making it like concrete, like a tank.
Yeah,
essentially.
So he probably poured concrete in the middle of it.
He went all over. He like leveled like buildings, businesses.
He's in prison now, probably, right?
No, he offed himself. Like, yeah, but it's like nobody died. So it's
no one died.
Well, because I mean, everybody like evacuated. He wasn't like going like towards people. He was just like, but like he like people are making like a folk hero out of him, and I'm like, I don't know if I agree about that.
Yeah, but, I don't either. Because Grant. Yeah, no.
But taking a bulldozer and knocking down as long as nobody gets hurt, taking a bulldozer to a building, I'd be like, hell yeah.
I mean, it's definitely that has some gangster aspects to it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
like that takes some balls. First off, the ingenuity to build the tank.
Yeah, it's like you're wasting your time, man. It's like you could be.
This dude could have easily just moved somewhere else. And
you could have got a government contract to build like bulldozer tanks.
Yeah, no, that's. Oh my god!
What are these Kabbalah bracelets?
So the one is what's that thing called? Chakra. And the other one, I do not remember what it is. I can't remember.
The chakra. That's
the shocker.
Oh, okay, all right. That was the wrong
one. No, dude, that's the good one.
I saw another thing, dude. True crime to me is like a red flag when I see like people that are into like offensive like humor or like people that are into comedy, like saying like bad stuff, like true crime enthusiasts, like those are the people that I'm like, how? Like you would get so mad at me, like if I like made a joke about a tragedy, but like you're over here like spanking it to the Netflix documentary,
glorifying it.
Yeah, it's
like that's one of the most watched things. That's why you see so many people popping up.
People love that shit.
Well, dude, people love bad shit for some reason. They love watching it, but they feel ashamed of it while they watch it, so they watch it in hiding. That's where you get these people that come out as super crazy when they because they're secretly at home eating their popcorn, drooling over people mutilating themselves on YouTube and shit.
Yeah,
dude. You can find some fucked up videos online, dude. So the first guy I did the podcast with actually had a theory that he thinks that, since the internet and the war in the Gulf War has made us extremely desensitized.
I don't even think that. I mean, like people like us, we're definitely already like desensitized from
Well,
seeing like faces of death and
dude,
like Mr. Hands
well,
and like all this like
we're the last generation that like lived with technology, or
before,
sorry, lived without it.
before it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without
yeah.
it, and then went into it. So,
Mhm.
dude, our perspectives I think are really weird when you come down to it. You know what I mean? Because like a kid nowadays, they the funniest quote I heard was on
Hey, thanks for the rose, Richard.
Rick and Morty when he's like, our generation gets traumatized before breakfast, and it's like
Yeah,
they see the fucked up shit online.
they used to. Yeah, I mean, like,
You still can, dude.
well, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, you could definitely still
Instagram
find
has
it,
a
but
lot of videos of people getting murked.
yeah,
You know?
Twitter has a lot of
Oh, dude, Twitter.
like,
Twitter's the Wild Wild West, bro.
yeah,
Like Elon said, it's the town center, the internet town center.
yeah.
That town center is buck ass wild. Walking in there, midgets and strippers, chicks with
Um,
dicks.
so the like the whole like early 2000s, like, well, here, pull that video up,
What one?
Jamie.
What video?
It's my like last TikTok, and you're going to definitely have a callback to our high school.
Stank dick.
I'm trying to think of what if you know like
Every time you
I,
had that.
I could go into a whole thing about like what like does well. I've noticed like if I do say like not like controversial, but like just like edgy stuff like that, it gets way more like
Off the wall
yeah,
shit. Yeah. And again, do you think that's from people watching it because like, oh my god, this asshole? Or do you think like, oh my god, this is hilarious?
I
Or
don't know. It's like it's like a mix of both because it's like
I think it's more people think you're
well,
funny.
no, yeah. So like I mean like I don't like to like cross the line, but I like to like dance on it and like kind of put my toe over it and then like just like run back.
You're doing comedy, man.
Yeah.
You're
But like
allowed to cross
yeah,
that line.
but I also like I like being like nice to people. I like doing like nice
No,
things to
yeah,
people.
yeah.
I don't know.
So what no one should think about you is that you believe the things that you're saying in comedy all the time.
Right.
You are a nice person.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You're not out here hating people. You know, the things, just for an example, the things you saw in that skit, like
Mhm.
those are just idiocracies of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why that little saying that you said, nothing funny ages well, that is perfect, man.
Yeah.
That is so true because I mean, look at what Red Fox.
Yeah.
Wash your ass. How can you tell someone you love them when they're eating you or sucking your dick and the nose is this far from your asshole and you haven't washed your ass?
Did Red Fox pass away?
He's old, bro. He had to.
He had to.
I mean, then again, I also thought what's his name would have passed away too, Ron Jeremy. But
Well, I mean, he's going to.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, as far as that goes,
Yeah. Well,
Fox, I don't know.
it's like I don't know. It's like when I'm like in a relationship, like I like being like a safe person, like a protector, a provider, like like I like to like fix their stuff. My love language is acts of service, which is the worst one.
I'm a
Because
big
it's like, hey, you know what I really love to do? Shit for other people, So I don't know. It's like, yeah, like sometimes like all right, um, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, right?
Okay, yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
Okay. And I remember like thinking it like in my head, I was like so sad, I was like, like this is like Black Panther. Like I love Marvel. I love the MCU. And I'm like, this is like the pivotal moment. Like it's the first film where like black kids like got to see a superhero. Like the way that we saw superheroes when we were a kid,
Yeah.
And it's like I was and like he died of cancer, and my dad died of cancer. So I was like I like connected on it with that. But like
Sorry to hear that.
like also in my head I was like, Wakanda cancer did he have? And I'm like, don't think that. Think the other thing,
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's like you can't like you gotta pick your moments, and then you also have to like not say it from hate. You can't like it can't come from a place like of hate or like bullying. Yeah.
There's two things that I've always told my kids, and Joe Rogan made me add one more. The one is treat others how you want to be treated, the golden rule. Always come from a place of love. And the one that Joe Rogan taught me was think of everyone as a toddler.
Yeah.
You can't throw hate at a toddler unless you're fucked up in the head.
So
Or a
like
priest.
are you like a big Joe Rogan fan?
I watch his stuff, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not like
So like I'm the like I don't know. Like I noticed that like when like I start like talking to a girl, she's like, "Do you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast?" I always say no.
yeah.
'Cause-
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Well, because I'm lying to them. But yeah.
Well,
well, no,
what makes you say
so,
no though? What's
okay,
wrong with
no?
him?
Like all right.
I know a lot of people hate him.
Women get really mad at us because we lie to them, but they get even more mad at us when we tell them the truth. So it's
When
it's
you're
like
watching
yeah,
Joe
it's
Rogan?
no. But I don't
don't care
watch
if I
Joe
smoke this,
Rogan.
right?
No, I don't care. I don't. Should we smoke these cigars and make it really like Joe Rogan? But it's like
I honestly just started watching
no, but
him.
so like, well, so like I enjoy. I don't watch Joe Rogan. I've seen Joe Rogan, like
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, Bernie Sanders. You know,
He had Bernie
Steve-O.
Sanders on?
Yes, Steve-O. He did not have Obama on. Mark Maron had Obama on, but like I will like see like a guest on the Joe Rogan Experience, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch that. But like, I'm never like gonna watch a Joe Rogan episode with like Ben Shapiro or like you know what I really want
I
to do?
love Duncan Trussell's.
You like what I really want to do today is listen to Joe Rogan talk about bow hunting for the next 5 hours.
So,
like it's not. No,
I actually
don't
don't
even try and
mind it.
sell me on it,
I
Nico.
don't
I'm not
mind it,
doing it.
dude.
Not doing it.
So my whole thing with it is I just like I hunt. You chose the wrong one to go with bow hunting because I hunted twice when I was
well,
a
if you're
kid.
a bow hunter,
I'm not a bow hunter though, but
Oh.
I want to learn how to hunt so bad. I have someone that said they're willing to teach me. Yeah, like if you want to light up your cigar, light up your cigar.
I got one for you too.
I want to learn how to hunt. No, yeah, I'm gonna smoke a little bit of this and then we'll light that up. I usually don't smoke unless other person is, but this thing's been sitting for so long. That's why I look at that expiration date on it. You don't want me smoking expired weed. I don't know if that expiration date.
So like weed isn't funny anymore.
I'm
You ever
not
think
trying-
about that?
I'm not trying to be funny.
No,
I'm
but
not-
like
I'm just
like
being honest.
like musicians and like comedians were like, "Anybody here smoke weed?" You know, like you can't like if you were to do that today,
Everyone smokes
it's
weed
like
now. You see
yeah.
90-year-old
know?
grandmas walking in the dispensaries. and
Like we
shit.
went from having to drive to like Charleston, Illinois to a head shop where we weren't allowed to say the word bong to them literally legally selling crack pipes in
Crack
gas
pipes.
stations next to boner pills. You know, like
It's interesting where we went with it. It's a good thing though, for sure. But
Yeah.
no, it's definitely weird. You know what I mean? I like imagine being the jackass that gets fucking raided the day before the shit becomes legal.
well, yeah, that's a whole thing. It's like like think about how many like minorities are in jail right now still for having marijuana. Like
Yeah.
before they legalize it, they should have like figured something out to
Yeah.
release like nonviolent.
They did do something with it,
Crimes.
but I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how it all panned out. It probably is more driven towards us
Yeah.
freaking people of privilege, unfortunately. And I wouldn't say we are people of privilege, but like unfortunately we do have lighter skin tone and it's
Dude, I mean, like, it has to be about like more than that, dude, because like less than 1% owns like well over half of
oh, I mean,
the
trust me,
global wealth. You know,
trust me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like that racism isn't a real thing. It fucking 100%
Yeah.
is. No, I'm not going down that way.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying it's just
no, I'm talking about like it's like it's like a class struggle now.
What do you mean?
Like just the way like the divide is between how like the rich like get richer when like because like you like buying property like we can't do that. The stock market, did you read up about the whole GameStop thing?
Well, you have to be rich to make money now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Yeah. Well, the whole problem with it is what they've done is they've insulated themselves with two things now. they first did it with money, and then now they've done it with secondary education, which has a precursor of money to it. And so with that, they allowed themselves to insulate themselves to where people cannot oppose their wealth as
Mhm.
easily anymore. And then the next step is getting rid of the middle class,
Yeah.
which has been slowly happening over time. But middle class has the best success of becoming wealthy. It is much harder to go from poor to upper class.
Mhm.
We grew up in I would say a middle upper middle class
Yeah.
area. I know I was probably on the lower middle class side of it. I can't speak for your situation because I don't know it at all. But in the end, I've seen how literally I could have been on the precipice of going into upper class if things panned out a little bit different. But if I could see how much harder it would be going from poor to that, and so with that, I don't know, it's a scary thing, man. It is because we
Here,
won't be able
do you
to
want
upset that
do you
thing.
want to see me?
You
Would you?
should.
What would you do, dude, if you could go back and like? I would. I don't think I would play this. Like, I might. I would go back if I went back in time. I would definitely not get that STD. But I would also buy money in Apple, Google, and like make sure like I went back with the winning Powerball numbers like in my head from like last year from when it was like the highest.
Why'd you say in your head out of curiosity?
Or like I mean like
Okay.
write it
Yeah,
down,
okay. I
get
thought
it
that there was more
tattooed
to
on
it.
my body. I don't know, like
Tattling yourself.
but no, I mean like I don't. Do you know the winning lottery numbers?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you memorize like all those,
Yeah.
or like the biggest ones, and then went back, it's like you would have stock in Apple, you would have stock in Google up until that point when you like got super rich.
But if you've already figured out time travel at this point,
That's true.
you
The
know what I
world
mean?
probably ended because I definitely sold. I definitely like
What is me selling this gun to this guy gonna do?
I'm definitely selling my time machine to like the shadiest person.
All right, who's got the money?
Yeah. Then I gotta go back in time and kill
To go-
myself
yeah.
before like
No, you're gonna have people trying to come and kill you as a baby, fucking with some Silver Surfer arms and shit, or Silver Surfer, whatever his name is, Winter Soldier. There you go. Fuck it.
I don't think Winter Soldier went back in time.
I said with some Winter Soldier arms.
Oh, okay.
They make that joke. They make that joke on Deadpool or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a new one of those coming out. Did you see that?
Yeah,
shit?
but so like, all right, so we could get into Marvel shit all day because I think Marvel kind of sucks.
Because you're a DC fan.
No,
that's
no,
right.
no, 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 I'm not. Okay,
Oh.
here's the thing. I think Marvel makes better live action movies.
Mhm.
I think DC makes better animated movies. Like with DC, I really only like the Batman universe.
Okay.
And like especially like Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Red Hood is like.
You're probably wondering what I'm doing. I'm writing down time.
So like DC makes better animated movies, but Marvel makes better live action movies.
Okay.
But it's like
Not recently.
not recently, no.
They're not horrible. though.
Like so like Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome. Volume 3, like that is like hit after hit. The whole
it made me a little too sad. It tore on some heartstrings.
I hate raccoons, dude. But like now when I see like a roadkill raccoon, like because like I don't know, I had raccoons nesting in my tree as a kid, and
I got
like
a raccoon
and
story.
they would like try and get in like to get my cat, and like it was like they're crazy creatures.
Everyone talks about the next thing
They're
to
like
become
bandits.
If we were to die out, become smart. They're like dolphins,
You think-
octopus,
yeah?
raccoons are running this bitch.
Raccoon octopuses.
Oh
That's
my
what.
God.
Yeah. So
8 arms.
so like we're getting off track here. Marvel. They.
I was ready for a raccoon story.
Well, it's like that's like the whole thing about like political beliefs. It's like if you're like
That was a left turn.
If you're no, hang on. If you're a leftist, you care about education, healthcare, housing, like for everyone. And like Marvel's like, hey, we can appeal to this audience if we make this cast more diverse. Like that's
That's their ploy, you think?
that's like a liberal agenda, versus like leftism. because it's like if you're far like left
Yeah.
for like your actual beliefs, like there's a difference between what I believe and what I think is funny, like what I actually like stand for.
Yeah.
So it's like all those things here, but like Marvel, like, did you see the South Park episode?
No,
The
I haven't watched South-
Panderverse?
I haven't watched
no,
it
no,
in a
you
long
got to
time.
check out the Panderverse
All right.
because Cartman plays like in a different universe. He is she
God
in a different
damn it.
universe, and she is the CEO of Marvel or Disney and Star Wars, and so her like her Cartman's whole thing is like put a chick in it and make it gay, like that's like the whole like thing, and so like I feel like they just got like they have gotten away from like yeah I love like Miles Morales as Spider-Man, you know.
Mhm.
I think like that whole like making like characters like Black Panther is awesome, and like you know, every single like character in the MCU up until Endgame, it was great. It was like such a blend of people, and like
Yeah.
yeah, there were some like bad like you know Thor Dark World 2, Thor 2, horrible movie. Iron Man
You
3,
didn't like it?
horrible movie.
Really?
Yeah, and so like it's like Captain Marvel wasn't that bad, but Captain Marvel 2, once you put a musical in front of me, I'm like I'm done.
That's Disney though. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate about it because that's why I used to hate Disney movies growing up.
So like but like the whole thing about like Disney like taking it over, it was that whole stretch of like awesome. And like I think like even after Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home
Mhm.
or No Way Home, amazing movie,
I
right?
liked all those,
Bringing
yeah.
all like the Spider-Mans together. So I'm hoping Deadpool 3 does that with
Dope.
it, because now that
I
Disney
think-
owns Deadpool, you know, I was hoping that it's gonna be like I'm hopeful for it. I'm hopeful that they're gonna do
I
right
didn't
by it,
think about
because everybody like hating on like Ant-Man 3, it's like that one's like an iffy one.
I liked it. It didn't have any hit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
it doesn't. Yeah,
It doesn't like it's a pretty even keel ride the
right.
whole time. Like
Yeah.
you're there, but
Yeah.
like it's like being on a roller coaster and just staying high in the air the whole time and never getting that drop with it almost. But
Someone just said, "Are you my dad's belt because you hit different?"
oh,
I'm your daddy's belt.
holla at your boy.
So like Marvel like made that first phase, and they ended with Avengers.
Mhm.
They made that like second phase, and I think they ended with like Avengers: Age of Ultron or Captain America: Civil War. That's one of my favorite Marvel movies. Is Civil War.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like,
what makes it your favorite?
because it's like on an Avengers level. Like I respect the MCU as far as how they like for the first time you have all these heroes that exist in the same universe, you know?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have like DC wasn't doing that at the time.
Mhm.
And DC did it all backwards. They were like, okay, we're gonna make Justice League, we're gonna make Batman versus Superman, and then bring the Justice League in instead of making these solo films
And getting the backstory. And
yeah,
they kind of smash the backstory
yeah,
into there.
they're not doing, and DC keeps trying to make Marvel movies. They keep trying to make it funny and like wholesome, and it's like that's not Batman, you know.
And it's getting harder to make funnier movies because so many things are becoming untouchable.
Well, yeah, but it's like Marvel, like I feel like they're not like paying attention to the writing, you know. It's like okay, we're gonna blame the reason this movie did bad because these like fanboys hated it, or they're like
Mhm.
they're just you know bigoted or hateful and stuff like that, and it's like you're not doing your job. You're not
See, I don't.
who cares who's in the movie, but like make it good.
Yeah, no, yeah. So
Look how I'm shaking this table right now.
he's so into it. Fucking all you see is a jiggle of the camera. I thought you were playing pocket pool. I just wasn't gonna say anything. My whole thing is I try not to look at stuff with like pre-prejudices, and when I say that, I mean like okay, so everyone's like that didn't follow the line of how the Marvel comics go, and that's why I hate it. And to me, it's like, well,
Well, yeah,
this should be like
yeah.
a new
It should.
boot of it.
It
You know,
should,
that's what you should think
but
of it.
You should modernize it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you can't like have like because you think back to the 80s, the way they thought the future was going
Yeah,
to be.
it
You know,
panned out a whole lot
stuff in
different.
the Marvel universe doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah, and well, my whole point with it is like to me, this is the director's interpretation of what he had written in
Yeah.
the comic book,
Yes,
and
and
so it should
that's
be
like
different.
the
Yeah.
cool part that they had a lot of
But you
like
get a lot of
people,
elitists that are
but-
like, "Fuck that shit."
but like it was really great writing. Like, and you could sum that up to every show. Like, I think
Oof.
Mandalorian was one of the greatest Star Wars ever.
Dude, it's so good.
And
But
like,
look at this. So when you look at TV and even movies now, 1883 or 1889, whatever, 1883, I think it was by Taylor Sheridan, I think, whoever did Yellowstone. You had really big scenes with a
Mhm.
lot of people.
Yeah.
With a lot of moving parts. It was intricate and hard to do.
Yeah.
And you don't see that anymore. Now it's very short
uh,
scenes with
Yeah.
one or two people,
uh,
and that totally fucking kills
Right.
a movie.
did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh my god.
I just rewatched the whole thing.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And like,
Your relatives looking any hotter to
it's
you?
so what?
Are your relatives looking any hotter to you?
No. I
No.
mean, like, it might have, like, I don't know, like, it might have like sparked the whole stepsister thing for me,
I
but
mean-
yeah, not the stepmom thing.
My-
I wouldn't be into the stepmom thing just because if I had a stepmom, it would be my dad's not dead. So but Game of Thrones, the reason that like it ended horribly.
You think that's
It
why
was
stepsister
so-
porn is doing so good?
No, because
Because of Game of Thrones?
no, because they were real brother and sister. It's like like when I first
People
like
are
knew that
fucking weird,
when I first
dude.
knew that type of erotic material existed, it was like blood relative, and I'm like, this is disgusting. And then
Like,
then
his
I,
one?
and then I saw no, I'm saying like they would market it as that.
Oh.
And then I saw stepsister. I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better about this. So, but I don't know, man. If you like.
Look up top porn searches really quick. I want to see what people are searching here.
It's probably MILF.
You think so?
It's got to be the top one. Actually, like the whole step sister stepdad thing is popular most among women. That's
Really?
yeah.
Where'd you get that statistic from?
I read a lot.
Okay. Some interesting topics I can see. Topics of insight. Insight of time. I don't know.
New York
I fucked
Post.
that up.
All right. I know a girl looks exactly like a Bella Danger. All right, here we go. Most searched in 2022, lesbian hentai. That is
What
disgusting.
the fuck is hentai?
Like the anime stuff.
Oh.
With like the octopuses and the schoolgirls.
Okay.
Ebony, Latina, Asian. A lot of
Threesome?
fetishizing here.
What is the
Threesome.
big what?
Stepmom,
Yeah. Okay.
big, edited, BBC.
So that
cream pie.
stepmom thing's like
Japanese
a true
anal
Freudian
black.
shit.
Huh?
I think that's like a Freudian thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're jealous of your father. You know, you're trying to take the place of your father.
That's like the whole Freud theory.
Well, the whole stages of it. Like at one
Sigmund-
point, the baby
Sigmund
wants
Freud,
to
yeah.
kind of.
We're really gonna base our entire argument about a dude whose entire life's work could be summed up to getting Me Too'd. Is that what we're doing right here? Yeah. No, like I think like the thing about like the whole like step parent thing, I think with like these things is like
when look
if
up when
you're-
it became popular.
if you're like think about it, dude. It came like the show movie Clueless. That's probably what it was. But
What happens in Clueless?
think of like the hot. Don't say it too loud so your wife doesn't hear. Who's the hottest girl ever? Celebrity, living or dead, doesn't matter.
So who is the hottest celebrity ever? My biggest celebrity crush is Jennifer Aniston.
Okay,
Jennifer Aniston is the most
Okay.
beautiful. It's not like anything weird.
Yeah.
It's just she's the most beautiful
Okay.
woman in the world.
check this out. You are in your sophomore year of college. You're home for the summer. Okay, Jennifer Aniston's your stepmom.
I mean, it would depend on the relationship developed. I
Okay,
guess.
all right, somebody younger.
Well, no.
No. I'm saying like I don't know. I'm drawing. Okay, I can just start naming people: Natasha Nice, Lena Paul.
So the
Rosa
whole-
Parks.
I guess I just have a higher like I don't know. To me, it's like, damn, I really gonna trail where my dad's been?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's the whole
That's the
thing. It's
thought
like
that goes in my head.
I don't
couldn't
have a
do
dad,
it.
so
I-
I wouldn't. Well, but I guess if I had a stepmom, my actual mom might have some explaining to do. But I have some questions. The only thing is that like if you like take this like hot girl that like you didn't like grow up with.
And implant her in your
Yeah,
life.
or like vice versa, you know? It's like you have
Yeah.
to live in this house with this person, and it's like
I mean,
some
of those videos I've seen them.
I get it. I don't understand.
Walks
it. That's
out
what I'm
with,
saying.
with the boobs out and everything. It's like, okay, that might be a little hard to, Me though, I don't discriminate with my porn.
Well, no, but that's the whole thing in my head is because my mom was actually like almost getting remarried. And this guy had like this super hot daughter, and like I'm like in high school at this point, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Like, I can't live in a house with this person. Like,
Dude,
she's gonna know where I like when I fart and when I like.
that'd be the least of my
I'm gonna have-
words.
I'm gonna have to
I'd be
hold
worried
my
about her
farts
walking in and
forever.
me spanking it. You know?
Yeah, but in the movies, that's always how it happens: is they walk.
You spank it, right?
Yeah. I like how we go from Game of Thrones to exactly what it was intended to do. Anyway, the writing of Marvel became super bad. That's where this whole conversation
spiraled out to.
came from.
No, yeah, and so it's just become very basic. I did like Loki though, the new Loki. That was good.
I did. Yeah, that was okay. I liked Loki.
But it was a continuance from an older thing, so it's kind of like they had the framework already laid out for it, instead of having to start from the beginning. I didn't mind Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, like that was more like geared towards kids. but-
Yeah, and the reason why that's what I wanted to see what you were saying about it, but the reason why I ended up liking it, I didn't finish it,
Mm.
is because my daughter liked it,
Mm.
and so like it kind of like it made me happy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like she wanted to be Miss Marvel until she forgot about it, and then wanted to be Pikachu. But yeah, no,
I got an Ash Ketchum costume if you want to borrow it, so you guys can be Pikachu and Ash Ketchum for Halloween.
I wish I would have known that. She's not gonna want to be that next year.
No?
They change so quick. With their
Oh,
stuff,
dude, they grow up so fast, don't they?
Oh man, they really do.
Yeah.
Dude, having a kid is a scary thing when you look at the way the world's going.
Yeah. That's, I mean, like, that's why I'm not doing it. Like, you people are crazy.
To me, it's like the world's always gonna be fucking crazy. It's just to me, it's. I never thought my kids would teach me more than I teach them.
Yeah.
You're in war.
I've seen this. I have seen this.
So you're telling me that these guys aren't putting up some?
I have to get off. I have to get off this real quick. I'm definitely never after this. I'm never running for political office. Bye, guys. I love you. Oh, I got a pee so bad.